The Detroit Red Wings land a big fish and a hometown fish at that. And Andrew Copp, Scott Bentley of Locked On Red Wings is here with us to talk about it. I'm Gil Martin of Locked On NHL, and this is our continuing coverage of NHL Free Agency. Scott, your thoughts about landing hometown boy Andrew Copp?
Yeah, it's a really exciting move from the Red Wings perspective. I mean, first off, like you said, anytime you get kind of the hometown story, people love that. And especially in Detroit, people go crazy for stuff like that. So really cool thing, like, went to U of M, born in Ann Arbor too, like the Michigan connection with Larkin, obviously. So there's a lot of fun storylines, I guess, with that. But on the ice, I mean, this is exactly what the Wings have desperately needed, is like a solidified 2C. And if you want to argue that on a cup team, he might not be a 2C, or what that means for the status of the team, that he is going to be our second line center, that's fine. But at the end of the day, he's a good defensive forward on a team that has been horrific defensively, and has 20 goal potential on top of that. So I'm really excited. He kind of a jack of all trades kind of player, and center depth has been a huge problem for this team for a really long time, and definitely is currently. So adding that, where now Pew Suter can bump down to the third line center, I think that's all really solid.
Definitely an improvement for the roster. And another thing I like about this deal, 5-year deal for a 28-year-old player. So he's 33 or 34 when the deal ends, sort of right before a lot of players start that decline.
Yeah, for sure. That was the when the fan base first saw the deal, I thought instant reactions were pretty much everyone's pretty okay with the AAV. It just might be, the last year or two of the deal. Does he still live up? But look, at some point we're gonna have to pay some players. You know what I mean? Like, we're sitting on all this cap. At some point we're gonna have to pull trigger on some stuff, and so I'm really excited with the deal. Yeah, I like the years. I'm fine with it. 5 right at where he is. I'm totally cool with it.
Who do you think his most likely line mates will be?
Yeah, that's an interesting conversation. So at 1C, it's obviously Larkin, and then Raymond played first line last year. And then the other wing spot was kind of a by committee thing. Bertuzzi is there, but he moved down to the second line to kind of help just spread out the production, not because he was playing poorly or anything. So he might get some running time there. Fabry, when he's healthy, I'm sure we'll get a load of that'll probably be his main line mate when Fabry gets healthy again. It'll probably be a lot of Robbie Fabry after just signing him to an extension right before he got hurt. So that's nice. So yeah, I think that those are two of the candidates. And then if Bert, they want to play up at the top, then that revolving door kind of bumps down to the second line. You could see, I mean, Zadina's always going to be in the conversation for stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But I think assuming health, you're going to see at least a lot of playing time with Robbie Fabry for him.
And is there one player that you think Copp will make, he'll really augment his game by being on this roster?
Yeah, I mean, if he is able to play, the biggest thorn in this team's side, well, there's been a lot. This team has not been very good lately, but one of the biggest issues for this team has been special teams. And being a solid defensive forward, I would imagine that he's going to get some special team play, penalty kill and whatnot. So I think that the signing is great just as it is, because of the center depth that we so desperately need. But I really think that he can make a big impact in the special team side of things. And if he's out there, on no matter what line it is on the penalty kill, if he's playing productive minutes on the PK, that's really the biggest thing. As far as individual players, I mean, the cool thing about him is that he really has fit in with whoever's been around him wherever he's been in his career. In New York, he obviously found a spark there and played, had a lot of good production with no matter who he was line mates with there, and then with the Jets and everything. So I think that I'm not sure there's an individual player that I'm like, oh, I'm really excited for him to play next to. I think it's really just like, hey, we might have some special teams help, and our special teams has been atrocious for the last 2 years. So
All right. Well, help is on the way. Why don't you tell our viewers and our listeners where they can learn more about Locked On Red Wings and follow you on social media?
yeah, the Twitter is at LO_Red Wings. We have our Instagram is the same thing. We have a Facebook page and everything. On YouTube, obviously, Locked On Red Wings on YouTube as well. And yeah, Brian and I will definitely Thursday's show will be a doozy. We're already having some other small signings made for the Wings, and we're in on a couple of other people as well. So it'll be a really, really fun episode for the next two, really. The rest of the week will be really fun. So
All right. Well, we'll definitely check that out. Scott Bentley, thanks so much for stopping by.
thank you.